Hey, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Happy New Year to everybody as I record this on the 1st. We are in 2023. And speaking of, to start the year off, we still have some college football. Let's take a look at the 109th Rose Bowl game between Utah and Penn State. Almost slipped up there. I almost said Utah State, but no, it's actual Utah. The Pac-12, the Big Ten, the Utes, and the Nittany Lions. Let's take a look at this game here. Penn State comes into this game, believe it or not, a underdog, as Utah is a 1.5 point favorite. We'll make this one quick. They call it the granddaddy of them all. As far as I know, there hasn't been any opt-outs for this game that I'm aware of. So I guess that's a good sign. You got Sean Clifford, who's a 6-year senior, been there forever. Cam Rising is a senior, been there a little while. Utah has a 57.4, counted a 57% chance to win the game, leaving Penn State with a 42.6% chance to win. You could count it 43 if you round up and do the math. Again, Utah comes in the favorite at 1.5 points. 52.5 is the over-under. Penn State ended the season on a good note, where they actually ended up winning their last 4 games of the season, scoring at minimum 30 points and giving up no more than 16, which they gave up the 16 points in their last game to Michigan State. Utah, in their last 5 games, went 4-1. Their only loss was 3 points to Oregon, and they gave USC a second loss of the year and knocked them out of the CFP, when they won the Pac-12. So you got the Pac-12 champion, and then you have the third in the standings in the Big Ten East. Penn State went 7-2 in conference play, and then Utah went what did they go? 7-2 in conference play. So both these teams 7-2 in conference play did pretty good. 10-3 season for the Utes. 10-2 for the Nittany Lions. They'll be looking for win number 11. The Rose Bowl itself, when we talk about that game, this is a very special bowl game. It's had great moments, and it's very historic when you look at it. It's a traditional game played on New Year's Day. But, of course, as I record this on New Year's Day today, and Happy New Year, it's normally played then unless it falls on a Sunday, which is the case this year. We've had great moments, it normally is between the Big 12, the Big 10, not the Big 12, and the Pac-12 is normally what it comes down to. It has been used traditionally for national championship caliber, type games. They call it the granddaddy of them all. It used to be in Durham, North Carolina. There was some stuff where It was in North Carolina during World War II, actually, believe it or not. The game was played there. Um, when the Japanese, of course, remember they attack on Pearl Harbor. There was a lot of stuff that went down on the West Coast, so they had to move the game. Um, and it was Duke and Oregon State. So, but in recency, this game has been pretty good. 48-45 last year with Ohio State and Utah. Utah's looking for some redemption after not winning a bowl last year. It was a CFP semifinal when the Alabama Crimson Tide won it in the COVID year, 31-14. Um, you know, before that, it was a semifinal back in 2018, and it went to double overtime. I think it was the first ever time that the Rose Bowl went past four quarters, actually, believe it or not. But we remember in 2017 when Georgia beat Oklahoma. So it's had some good games. It's had some history. It's had some close games. And, um, when you look at these two teams in particular, um, Penn State is 0-1. And then Utah is actually 0-1 as well. So, um, in the Rose Bowl. So, uh, let me see. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at this wrong. I apologize. Penn State has appeared in 4 Rose Bowls. I looked at the wrong side of it. Um, they've appeared in 4. This is their 4th. But the other 3, they're 1 and 2. And then Utah has appeared in 2. This is their 2nd, and they're 0-1. So both of these teams here, Penn State and Utah, um, believe it or not, Penn State has a great record in the Rose Bowl. Or actually, I'm sorry, they really don't, being 1 and 2. And Utah's 0-1. So these two teams, someone's got to win it. But neither one of them have really had good history in this game. The spread is 1.5 in favor of Utah. We'll go ahead and make this quick. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit, and my apologies. Uh, just kind of getting a little bit confused today, but I'll say this. I do think that it will come down to quarterback play, whether Cam Rising or Sean Clifford, whichever one, can produce the better arm talent on the game and put up better yardage, I think is what's going to win the game. I do think Penn State will get the victory. I think Utah being a favorite makes sense, but when you look at it, I think Penn State has a chip on their shoulder in this game. Just being in a better conference, being better tested. They've been in games like this before. They haven't lost since October when they lost to Ohio State. And Utah hasn't lost since November when they lost to Oregon in the regular season. So both these teams have had, closed the season out greatly with a couple wins. And just we'll see what happens when they put it on the field. This game on January 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I go ahead and I give you a score prediction. I'm going to take Penn State. I'm going to take them. They win by a field goal, 34-31. It could be a lot closer. It could be anywhere from 1 point to maybe 3 points, I think, or 4 points even. I think somewhere in the third. I think the first team to hit at minimum 30 points could probably win this game. I don't see high flying offense, but I see good enough offense. I see great defenses, but not great enough to where they're going to shut you down all the way. And they're not so bad to where someone's going to hit 50 points or whatever. And it's not going to be like the double overtime game in 2017 with Oklahoma and Georgia. It's not going to be like that. So, but we'll wait and see what happens. This game tomorrow, as I record this on New Year's, this game is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, the 109th Rose Bowl. And I can't wait to watch it. I know my grandparents will definitely try to watch it as they're Penn State fans, and I'll be pulling for Penn State with them. So I love y'all. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. I love you guys. Peace.